Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Midway and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I sure am. So today we're gonna be discussing some changes happening in Legend of Mushroom, including some totally game-changing things that are happening on the PvP side of things. It's completely going to be changing the meta, how we approach PvP, and essentially what's going to be the best in order to just defeat enemies in any sort of PvP kind of action, right? So along with that, we'll talk a little bit about the server merges and some other things that the devs have talked about in the recent Discord post, right? Before we do that, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to enjoy any more Legend of Mushroom content in the future, and also check out the giveaway we're doing together with Aptoid. We're giving away 175 euros worth of AppCoins Credits, so if you want to get in on that, go ahead and check the link down below in the description. All the details, there's going to be a video there explaining how you can join this giveaway. It's going to be including joining Aptoid, right, and playing Legend of Mushroom through Aptoid, right? So if you are interested in that, just go ahead and check that out, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in the end of the video, right? So now let's just jump into it. So first things first, the PvP meta is completely going to shift, and there is a massive change that's coming to the game very soon, right? So what's happening here is that they are adding a delay between skills. So whenever the PvP battle starts, they're not all going to be going off at once. They're going to be starting to go off from left to right, as you can see in this GIF in the Japanese wiki as we are checking it out. There are going to be a little bit of a delay between these skills. So as you can read here, the delay is going to be of 0.5 seconds, and it's going to be forced. It's not something you can play against, right? So what this is really trying to aim against is the one-hit kill kind of builds, very popular amongst mages, right? Because they just unleash all their skills at once against you, and if you do not have Blitz Assault, you're pretty much one-shot. A lot of mages are just running this, of course. You can always just run Blitz Assault and survive for a little bit longer, but this completely aims to remove that aspect to the game. So maybe the meta really will be now a little bit more favored towards archers and the warriors whenever you're not running Blitz Assault. Other type of builds will be a little bit more viable. We shall see what really ends up happening, but that's really what's going on. They don't like you that you just get one shot at the beginning of the fight. It's kind of boring, and yeah, it really just comes down to, are you really just using Blitz Assault or not whenever facing a lot of these mages, right, which have really pulled ahead recently as they have introduced more and more skill damage increase type of items into the game, artifacts and back attachments and such, right? So yep, that is what's happening to PvP. Now, one thing that I just realized is that skill delay is actually being enabled in PvP. I completely did not read this little part right here. So they are actually going for it. They are enabling it in PvP. However, as it is explained here, the skill delay between skills will still be 0.5 seconds no matter what. So you could set a skill delay that's above that, but it's gotta be a minimum of 0.5 seconds. Okay, so I mean, it really just makes PvP a whole lot more interesting. It leaves you the choice to just come up with something that will work, of course, but you will have to work around that forced delay. So yeah, interesting for sure. We'll have to see once again what kind of builds really shine after all this happens. Now here in the official Discord, another set of very important changes that are happening soon. The server merge was originally announced to actually happen on July 1st, but now it's been postponed to July 8th. So if you didn't know, the server merge is actually happening really soon, and now the date is July 8th. So if you are on one of those servers that's old enough to be merged, or it's kind of dying, the population is really low, well, expect this server merge to change a lot for you. It's gonna be a whole lot more competitive for those rush events, but also the community will be a lot more active. So let's read a little bit through this. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. We're now working hard to gather mushroom experts to complete the server merge as soon as possible. It will be announced next week, right? So there will be an official announcement. We are expected to also see some new gameplay features come along with this, as they said in previous posts. They gave us a code merge, so I'm just gonna go ahead here and try and use it for myself. So I'll pull this up and I'll click here. There we go. See if it's working now, and it should. Yeah, there we go. So you just get a little bit of a set of free goodies as always, so go ahead and redeem that. And we also have a little bit of information coming from the devs regarding different topics. So let's read through this. They talked a little bit about the new season, Voyage season, so they say, we listen carefully, read everyone's opinions, we will optimize the matching rules. For example, weaker servers will have the opportunity to form joint forces to participate in competitions. We also increase the influence weight of the warship combat's power on the battle results, as well as adding other measures to enhance the experience, right? So it just comes down to that the whole new season is pretty much completely negated by the fact that if you are already a massive whale, you are still really just going to win versus everything, right? So the new systems and the new ship is not that impactful, and that's going to be changing. Apparently they're buffing the ships, right? So that makes the new progression system of leveling up your ship and coming up with stuff that just makes it a little bit stronger, a little bit more important, right? So you can jump into the season, and if you are a little bit behind, you can still do a little bit of damage, right? And still not be that weak if your regular character in the game is a little bit far behind. So what else did they talk about? Well, they mentioned here, as I mentioned before, they talked about the server merge. That date is now changed a little bit afterwards, right? So July 8th instead of July 1st. And then we have here, events are always repetitive. I mean, we've talked about this before, and it is true. We always have the same rush events, and now we have same type of gameplay additions coming together with the events that we have like bi-weekly. Even we have the same kind of jumping game, what you call it, the one that came along with Pepper the Frog thing, right? I am talking about this thing. You know that it's literally the same that we already have. It is pretty damn repetitive, right? So they are really damn right here. Now they are developing new forms of events with which rewards in real life. So stay tuned, we will be more rich activities both in game and in the community coming up. So I'm not really sure what those real life kind of rewards are. Now they do quite some community events, so if you are in the Discord, and you should be here, there's going to be some stuff you might find out that's a little bit more interesting if you're really into the game. But really, if you're just looking to get stuff focused in game, well, that might not really be for you. Something else, adding auto plant operation in the manor. For like, finally, I really wanted to just be able to completely plant all my stuff in the garden really damn quick, right? And you are still throttled when doing it daily, right? So this edition was also talked about before. It should be coming soon, right? So as you read here, the next update will include one-click planting, harvesting, and that's going to just make it a little bit quicker. And finally, new equipment quality is needed, and there we go. Eternal equipment will be launched in the next update, right? So I also talked about this. I made a video about this new equipment tier. So once again, let me just go ahead and pull up Legend of Mushroom, and I think that you might be able to actually unlock one tier below Auras once you reach, I think it's lamp level 27, it might be 28 even, right? So it's gonna be pretty damn hard to get. We'll have to see what the chances are. There might be already something up in the Japanese wiki, but in any case, check out the video that I posted about that stuff. It's going to be linked down below in the description. Might also have a card up here, right? So if you want to know more about that gear, still don't really know how powerful it's going to be, but the chances and all of that stuff and what level you can start unlocking it, that's going to be in that video. And last but not least, the B-Duck event collaboration is now complete. We have all the stuff that was supposed to be coming out here, right? So of course we have the new 2 costumes that you can now go ahead in game, and once again, let me just pull it up. So yeah, of course you can play the event as you would regularly do, and now you would have this new little section here. If I could find it, not that one, it's not that one either. It's, yeah, this one, there we go, Clammy Duck or whatever you pronounce this. It's, again, the same type of event. You gotta be opening up the different shells, and there's going to be a random chance of finding the right reward you're looking for, and if you do reach a certain floor, you're gonna be able to unlock the costumes you want, right? So it's the same costume apparently, you're just gonna be able to level it up if you get 2 of them, and also there's going to be the back attachment, right? So all that stuff, we already covered it. We did not talk about the costume. It was not really revealed when I first checked it out. I think it increases your health in this case, so as per usual, costumes don't really come with too much power. But yeah, it's just going to be 1% global HP, right? So yep, if you want to be joining on that, of course you gotta be either saving up on those items to the Duck Blades or spending a little bit, but nonetheless, it is a pretty rewarding event even if you're free to play. I haven't spent any amount of money on this event and managed to get myself quite some, what you call it, the hammers here, the Divine Hammers, and some other stuff along the way, right? So that's pretty much it. The B-Duck event is now just coming to an end in a few days, so it's just run its course. You're still in time to participate in any of that stuff if you still want to be getting any of the rewards. But nonetheless, that's all I have for you today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And now before we go, let me talk a little bit about Aptoid. So as I mentioned before, we're doing that giveaway together with Aptoid, giving away 175 euros worth of AppCoins Credits, right? So for those of you that are already using Aptoid, it's gonna be pretty damn simple. Just go below to the link down there in the description, check out that video and find out what you need to do in order to participate in the giveaway. There's just about 23 people, I think, signed up to the giveaway right now, and there's going to be a total of 5 winners, right? So your chances of winning are still pretty damn high if you are going to be joining into that giveaway right now. Nonetheless, if you don't know what Aptoid is and are still thinking about joining into it and maybe actually participating in the giveaway, let me just give you a little bit of a rundown of what it's all about, right? So Aptoid basically is just like Google Play. You download apps from it, and once you do so, for example, download Legend of Mushroom through Aptoid, you're gonna be able to earn cashbacks whenever making payments in the games you download through Aptoid. So in this case, if I was going to be buying this pack of gems through Legend of Mushroom through Aptoid, I would be getting a cashback of 14 cents, right? So that can range from a cashback of extra 10% all the way up to extra 35%. You can increase that by doing things like using my code, which is going to be down here as well as down the description. And yeah, you can also increase it by accumulating purchases and participating in active events that I'll talk a little bit more about later. But yeah, once you get those cashbacks or those bonuses in the form of the AppCoins Credits, which by the way is the thing that I am giving away together with Aptoid, then you will be able to use them to make the purchases for you instead of actually using your real money, right? So you can see that this basically just increases the value of your money whenever you're spending it in these games. It just allows you to get whatever you want cheaper in total, because you will just require to spend less money in order to be able to afford any type of reward in these games when you are participating in the gachas or whatever. Now, together with Aptoid, you also be needing to get the AppCoins wallet. It's all explained in a video that's below down there in the description. I got a whole guide on how to set Aptoid and the AppCoins wallet in your Android device as well as on an emulator on your PC. And here you will be able to see how much of a bonus you have accumulated so far. So as you can see right there, you have an amount. Then you can also see your purchase history. And there's also going to be here a breakdown of all the active events that I mentioned before, which are going to be increasing that bonus of the cashback for a little while. It's going to be a limited time event for about a day or two, and it's going to be increasing that bonus by 5 or 10% for a little bit of a shorter period, right? So you get an even bigger bonus during that time. You can also track here your progress towards unlocking a higher bonus by spending your money, and also you're going to be able to input my promo code right here by clicking on promo code and just typing it in there, and that way you're going to be able to get that extra 5% baseline forever to that bonus. It's also going to be a requirement to participate in the giveaway, right? So if you're going to be doing so, you might as well just send me the details, check out that video about how to get into the giveaway, and that way you're going to be able to join into the chance of winning a big bunch of just AppCoins Credits to spend away in whatever you want through Aptoid, right? So that's all I got for you today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about the video down below in the comment section. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.